What are the most popular dishes here?
So obviously the steamed hard crabs, that's what everybody comes to Baltimore for and that's what they're looking for. But secondly, I would say crab cakes.
If you're in the mood for anything made with crab, just follow your nose and your taste buds to Locust Point Steamers in South Baltimore. It's inside this corner row house where Bud Gardner and his staff have been serving up hot steamed crabs and fresh seafood, fried, steamed, and raw, since 1996. Do you have any prediction of whether this will be a good year for crabs?
I talked to my crab supplier, Casey's Crabs, today, and he said they're going to be plentiful, but the problem is they're going to be a little late coming up because it's been so cold down south.
So what's a restaurateur to do when you have hungry customers who want steamed crabs all year long?
I get them from Louisiana and Texas.
You heard right. The reality is the Chesapeake Bay simply can't keep up with year-round demand. Sometimes they serve up more than 20 bushels of crabs a day. Gardner says he's had to ride out some tough seasons in Maryland.
There's some times where you can't get anything decent at all. New sizes. My nephew was a crabber down Solomon's Island, and he used to get 26 bushels every time he went out, and he had to give it up because he was going out and getting 2 bushel, 3 bushel. So they become much scarce in Maryland as the years pass.
Why do you think that is?
Overcrabbing, taking females. If they would leave the females go 1 year and not take any out of the bay, they'd be crawling on the beaches the next year.
And while most people can't discern where their crabs come from, the regulars will tell you.
When Maryland crabs come in, you can tell the difference. The meat is sweeter.
Locust Point Steamers does no advertising, but because of word of mouth and a ton of online reviews, this restaurant manages to attract customers from all over the world.
Maryland style is pretty much all crab and not much filler, so they tend to be more expensive, obviously, but crab meat is through the roof price-wise.
But you're willing to pay for it?
You know what? I think anybody's willing to pay for good quality.
And for the tourists who may not be schooled on how to properly pick a crab,
We give lessons. You will see out-of-towners that do not know what they're doing and they will pick up the crab and eat it like a cheeseburger and you're like, no, stop. So we definitely give lessons here.
it's all part of the hospitality that's served up with a heaping tray of Locust Point Steamers' #1 delicacy. I'm Nancy Yamada for State Circle.